Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play The Binding of Isaac Wrath of the Lamb Edition. So I've made a huge mistake here. I got through with recording this episode and turned out that Audacity was not recording. Whether that be my fault or Audacity's, I'm not really sure, but most likely I just misclicked the record button. Piercing shots on this run, by the way. Huge bonus. So anyway, I remember talking about at the beginning of this episode, if you haven't seen it yet, I uploaded earlier today a video called Help Me Decide My Next Let's Play, or something like that anyway. I'd really appreciate it. If you have an idea of something you would like me to play, you don't have to watch the whole video, it's like a 10-minute rant about the state of the channel and everything. But if you just want to give me a suggestion, get over there, put something in the comments about what you would like to see me play next, because I'm looking for ideas, and anything I can glean from any of my user base is exceptionally valuable in figuring out what you guys want to see next and helping me decide on my next project. So anyway, we're doing another run here. We hit the random button, got Eve, and we're trying to find those cat items. Because last time, if you recall, we had a spectacular failure at finding any cat items whatsoever. So hopefully this run we'll run into some cat items and find out what the hell happens when you get 3 cat items at one time, like Guppy's tail, Guppy's paw, Guppy himself, Guppy's head. You get 3 of those in one run. Apparently you unlock something interesting, and I don't know what it is. So we'll find out maybe in this run, assuming we can find any of those. And besides that, we're just looking at trying to find some new items. We need, I believe, like 7 more items. And 6 of those are unlocked right now, because obviously the 7th is whatever cat-related item we unlock by getting all those cat items. So anyway, so far this run is actually looking pretty goddamn good for an Eve run, isn't it? Those piercing tears are huge. Piercing tears are probably my favorite tear effect in the entire game. And, yeah, feels good, man, to get those on the very first floor, so those will really provide some advantages for us later on. Oh, interesting. This is me from the future of this video. Steam has just finished downloading an update to The Binding of Isaac, so I guess next video we'll check out what's changed in that. Anyway, this was a pretty shitty room, but I managed to navigate it pretty well, I gotta say, if I do say so myself. Yeah, it's taking out that hopper. Just taking out that hopper. Anytime now. So, Eve, like I say every time I play Eve, Eve knew some damage up. As you can see right here, it took her like 20 shots to kill that fucking hopper. We picked up the 2 of hearts there, and I decided to stick with the hermit for now. And, you know, because the hermit, if you don't recall, will teleport you directly to the shop, whereas the 2 of hearts will double your effective hearts, but not like surpassing your health containers. So if you have 1 heart and you have 2 heart containers, then you can double that heart and fill them both up. It's especially useful when you have a lot of heart containers. When you're in a situation like this, when you have hardly any, it's not as great, I would have to say. I did pop into this curse room at great personal risk to get 2 troll bombs, which is unfortunate. And at this point I'm deciding, you know, I can't get into that fucking item room. Let's just go to the shop, see if there's a key in there. Indeed there was, so we'll trade 5 cents for a key. But 5 cents to access an item room is a pretty goddamn good deal, I gotta say. So in a situation like this, when you know otherwise you're not gonna get in there, certainly worthwhile. We did pick up the mulligan, which is fantastic. Will give us flies every time we deal damage to an enemy. So, you know, if you know what I'm saying, the faster your tears are, the higher a chance you get of creating a mulligan fly at any given time. So it's good to get tears up, or something like a technology 2, especially with the mulligan. So that's what I remember commenting on right now, hoping to find one of those 2 items and get that advantage. So we're fighting Famine, and Famine is especially easy with piercing shots, because even if he spawns flies, you can usually hit the fly and him at the same time in some way. So yeah, not really a problem. He's really flying around like crazy during this fight. I'm not sure what his deal is, but you know, he'll die soon enough. Super easy fight there. So I know some of you hate post-commentary, and I'm very sorry about that. I really do try to avoid situations like this, but every once in a while, you know, it's just unavoidable. I really should, like, proof my recording. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Let's find out. We're all learning together. Oh, I'm just picking up that heart. Yeah, good idea. Yeah, I'm probably pausing to talk about something here. I really should proof my audio recording by like recording it by 2 different sources. So like have Camtasia recording my audio even though I don't plan on using it, and then that could work as a backup. I'm not sure why I thought it was a good idea to like turn off audio recording in Camtasia, but in the future I think that is what I'm going to do to avoid situations like this. But I'm getting very close to eliminating situations where I have to provide post commentary. I understand that's a lot less fun to watch for a lot of you, and I apologize for that. Coat Hanger is, like I was talking about earlier, really good with the mulligan because that will give us some extra stuff. The Razor and Bloodlust is like one of the worst devil rooms in the world. The Razor is an item which, like, you hurt yourself and deal more damage for the remainder of that room, which is incredibly shitty. I hardly can think of a situation where that would be awesome. Speed Up, on the other hand, really good. Happy I got that out of that pill. That was a huge asset moving forward here. But anyway, Bloodlust, on the other hand, is Samson's starting item. It lets you deal more damage the more enemies you kill in a room, which is okay, but you know, it's not worth 2 hearts after they've nerfed it. It used to be really good, like it would give you a damage up every single enemy you killed, and they nerfed it by half. So not so great anymore. Man, it's really unfortunate I have to do post-commentary on this, because my throat was getting a little sore toward the end of this commentary. And now, you know, like, what are we, like 7 minutes into this recording? Really starting to feel it. Feel the burn. It was good. It's a throat workout for me. Gotta get my Let's Player chops going here. And still, my tongue's still a little bit sore from that incident with the wasp. If you didn't hear about that, I think that was last episode. I think I probably talked about that. I was at the lake with my dad for Father's Day, and we were eating sandwiches, and I was like talking, and we were having a conversation. I wasn't really paying attention to my food. Started to bite into my sandwich, and a wasp was apparently trying to eat my sandwich as well, and it just decided my tongue was just as good. It smelled like tuna, right? So that was pretty fucking awful. I got poison injected into my tongue and spent the rest of the night sucking on ice cubes, and it's still a little bit sore, and it's still a little tiny bit swollen, which I think is making me lisp a little bit more than I normally would. And I already have a little bit of a lisp, so that's especially embarrassing. Why don't I just say some more words that have S's in them while we're at it. But anyway, this is where I learned that apparently if you have piercing shots with the mulligan, I'm pretty goddamn sure at this point that it gives you credit for each enemy you hit. So when I was shooting through 3 enemies at once there, I had double the chance. I decided to use my, or not double, triple the chance of spawning a mulligan fly. Anyway, I decided to use my heart scar there to pop into this mob trap room, and I'm glad I did because I picked up the flat penny, which is a trinket that gives you like something like a 1 in 3 chance of spawning a golden key every single time you pick up a penny. Which means that on the vast majority of floors, you will have infinite keys until you drop the trinket, which is really great for allowing you to kind of save up some keys. And, yeah, definitely a worthwhile trinket, I would say. It's good to have it for a little while, get your stock of keys up, and then replace it with something better. So anyway, we'll just take out these. Check this out, my mulligan flies are like flying into it repeatedly so that it won't pop up, and I'm just like, come on guys, you gotta pick your battles here. You can't just continually fly into a turret that's invincible. You gotta save your life for something meaningful. It doesn't count as, you know, sacrificing your life for a noble cause if you're just, you know, flying into a turret's armor and not doing anything. So anyway, we're coming up on the end of the caves part 1 here, and yeah, not a super good floor so far. We are heading toward the shop, and I'm hoping to find an infinite key before we get over there, so that we can not waste our 1 key. So we'll take out some of these fistulae. no problem. There we go. And pick up that bomb. Head on to the next room, which is full of blind silkworms. I was really scared when that pink one was slithering past me, because that would have been a full heart of damage if it had, on a whim, decided to go down instead of left. But that was not the case. We did just fine. We're now taking out the rest of the blind silkworms. There's a penny. Is it going to give us a key? No. Unfortunately. So I decided, you know what, let's look for the secret room. The secret room tends to have a lot of money in it. But instead, I find something so much better. Epic Fetus, which of course I'm sure you're all familiar with because I've gotten it in a lot of recent runs. It seems to be extremely common for whatever reason. And we did pop into the shop with our, or not the shop, the item room with our last key to pick up Stigmata, which is a damage up, health up. I don't think the damage up really does anything in conjunction with Epic Fetus, but the health up was great. We really needed that. I'm looking for the top secret room right now because every floor I believe has one, and it can have some useful stuff in it. This floor, of course, is no exception. There's our top secret room. I do decide to play the fortune teller a little bit and hope to find something useful out of it. Missing page was not exactly what I had in mind there. But it's a good trinket, but it's not a flat penny killer. The Hanged Man will let us fly for one room, again not super useful. Cancer gives us Tears Rate up, again not super useful. Didn't mean to pick up that Eternal Heart, didn't realize it was there until I accidentally stepped on top of it, unfortunately. But let's head onward here. So I'm hoping on this boss battle not to get hit at all, so I can maintain that Eternal Heart and get an extra HP up on the next floor, but pretty unlikely to not take any damage at all, especially against Peep. Peep, as I said previously, is my Everest. I'm so fucking bad at dodging everything he throws at you. The eyes, the spread shot, I don't know what it is. Look at that shit, I'm just standing there letting it happen. So, completely pathetic Peep fight. We need to get Mom's Coin Purse, which is going to give us a health down pill, 2 health down pills out of 1 coin purse. And that's why I hate Mom's Coin Purse. We also got a luck down and a range down. Can you guys believe that shit? A boss drop was a health down, a range down, and a luck down. Completely awful. It's so awful I need to take a little drink before I continue my commentary here. So, ooze guys are no problem at all. The Polaroid is tempting here, but we've already beaten the game with it in our inventory, so that's not a big deal. And all it does is give you a shield when you get down to half a heart, which is alright, but again, I don't think it's anything that I'm willing to give up the flat penny for. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking there, and I said this at the time too. That was completely retarded. But then I was like, oh, no, what I actually meant to do there was hurt myself as well as moving the rock at the same time so that I could get into the boss trap room. But obviously that's not something I was thinking at the time. It was just a complete coincidence. But I'm glad that it happened because Super Bandage is huge. We did get a full health upgrade as well as 2 Spirit Hearts out of that boss trap room. Completely worthwhile. And, of course, we're saying fuck off to Demon Baby Judgment for now because I don't really have the health to feed to him, but hopefully we'll find some more half hearts on this floor, or full hearts, and be able to feed those to him later. We have a room full of ooze guys here. Not really a threat at all with Epic Fetus. Epic Fetus runs are, like, super easy. I feel like, well, at least at my skill level, if I died with Epic Fetus, that was a huge mistake on my part. I've done something terribly wrong if I managed to die after finding Epic Fetus in a run. But anyway, we head in here. I should have remembered this was a range down pill, but yeah. It is indeed a range down pill, which does basically nothing for us. Well, it's nothing is better than what it would normally do but with Epic Fetus, you know, it wouldn't do anything positive or negative because Epic Fetus doesn't really have a range to speak of. I do decide to pick up the $3 bill even though it doesn't really do much with Epic Fetus, because, you know, Epic Fetus doesn't really respond to tear effect so much. It's just hydrogen bombs falling from the sky. I do use a hydrogen bomb to get to that key really easily. These guys were totally fucked. Sorry. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to bomb your village. It was just, you know, we had to do it to win the war. We'll head into here and fight Greed, who is a total asshole. And it's very unfortunate that we fought him there, because it would have been nice to get an item drop out of that shop, but instead we just got a ton of money, a couple of keys, you know. Nothing I can really complain about, but certainly would have been better to have found a shop in there. Well, not certainly, I guess, but generally would have been better. I do decide to abandon the flat penny for the luck foot, by the way, or the luck toe, because I feel like, you know, I had enough of a key stockpile that the flat penny wouldn't really be that useful going forward. And the luck toe is nice, I believe anyway, that it's the same effect as the luck foot, but in trinket form, which is nice. That makes all of your pills positive, as well as making your gambling luck a little bit better. I do decide, oh yeah, I tried to bomb that into a bridge and it didn't do it. What a pain in the ass, man. I do decide to head into the arcade here and play some of the machines a little bit, which is super boring, I understand, but you know, looking back on it, I'm not really sure why I decided to do it. It's just, it maximizes my chances of winning the run, I suppose, but it is a little bit dull to watch. But I'm hoping for good trinkets out of there. Lucky Toe is certainly not one of my top trinkets. I did end up with the poop helmet, which is great. The poop helmet is an item which makes flies non-aggressive to you, so you can... and oh yeah, and after my gambling efficiency was cut in half by that poop helmet, I decided to just get out of there and look for the secret room, which is a ton of hearts, which, if you recall, is really good because we got a demon baby judgment as well as a blood bank on this floor, so we can definitely put those hearts to use. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Pay all of my hearts to this guy. What do you got for me, buddy? Come on. Super Meat Boy fan, which is awesome. All stats up, except for a speed down, which is alright because I had already gotten a speed up earlier that run, so I felt comfortable trading some speed for some... I don't know why I decided to check that so many times. Oh, wow. Oh, never mind, because the things there, I just couldn't get my bomb in the right position. But anyway, yeah, an all stats up for a speed down is definitely worthwhile, especially for the health up. I'm going to play the shit out of this blood bank, hoping for a health upgrade. No luck that time, so we'll head back into the womb room. What do we got? Oh, of course, I know what we have. More health. So we'll head back up here. Play this another few times. We do have 3 more hearts, so we are kind of running out of the hearts that we can use on this thing. But hopefully, you know, it's rare to put that many hearts into it without getting a health upgrade. But we managed it. So we'll head back in here, grab our remaining 3 hearts. And I think I did decide to try to pump 1 more half heart into that machine to try to get that health upgrade. And I fumble around. I couldn't walk into the machine for some reason, and of course it did not give us a health upgrade on that one final try. So, missing 1 full heart, we head on to the boss battle here on the Caves Part 2. Abandoning the Polaroid because, as I said earlier, I don't think it really beats the Lucky Toe as far as a trinket. We're going to leave that Eternal Heart there and pick it up after this boss fight, rather than, you know, risking wasting it. I just stood there and let Chubb walk into me. I'm not really sure what my deal was there. There we go, bomb him 1 more time and he's out. He only gave us half a heart. I was kind of hoping for more so we could go back to that blood bank. But it's not really worth it at this point. We just get a range and tears up and a damage up. All 3 of which totally useless with Epic Fetus. So basically no drop from that boss, but we did get our heart container completed. We're on the Depths Part 1. I think I was taking a little bit of a drink there. Zombies, totally easy with Epic Fetus. Normally, you know, I'd walk into that room and be like, oh fuck, zombies, can't deal with this shit, but, you know, with Epic Fetus, no problem whatsoever. Can't believe that one didn't hit the brain, even in hindsight. We did manage to take them out, as well as the flies. What we got here? Some miscellaneous loot. Bombs are not really very important when you're using Epic Fetus. And of course I have tons of money. Tons of money. 43 cents is a veritable fortune in the Binding of Isaac universe. Looking for secret rooms. No such luck. We'll pop open this chest with 4 keys. I think it's worthwhile. Indeed, we did get quite a bit out of there. Though, of course, bombs, like I said earlier, not so useful. And, of course, what do we get but 99 bombs? I feel like almost every single time I've gotten Pyro has been with Epic Fetus, or in a run that contained Epic Fetus, making it much less useful. Because, of course, Epic Fetus and the normal Fetus both provide you with infinite bombs. So that room was super easy. We did pick up a key. Take out some zombies here. One more. And what has the item room got for us today? A damage up, which, of course, I believe does nothing with Epic Fetus. So we're going to walk away from the boss room for now. Really no reason to go into this room, but with Epic Fetus it's not a big deal. You know, take a drink every time I say Epic Fetus. Jesus Christ, I feel like I'm saying that a lot. But we'll head onwards here, try to find the shop on this floor before fighting the boss. We did pick up all of those bombs, which are totally useful, right? I don't know if yeah, I did walk into them. Just out of habit, basically. We did get a dime out of that chest, which is normally huge, but with the amount of money I had, kind of irrelevant at that point. Did bomb myself there, just basically out of complete incompetence. And pick up the candle, which is great. There's also no reason not to pick up that spirit heart, which I do now. The candle is awesome because, in conjunction with Epic Fetus, you know, with Epic Fetus and Fetus in a Jar, you end up in a situation where you can't really do control over enemies close to you. You have to get them at a distance, or you'll just, you know, bomb yourself when you're trying to bomb them. The candle gives you a little bit of a cushion there. Lets you take out things that are chasing you close up, like flies or ooze guys or whatever. I do try to use my candle here, and it gets me hit because I'm a complete idiot, apparently. But, you know, big deal. So I decided to just stick with Epic Fetus for this fight against Gish, which is totally easy. It's unfortunate that we're getting Gish out of this fight, because Gish, and like all followers, doesn't shoot very much at all when you're using Epic Fetus. Sacred Heart is normally one of my favorite items in the entire game. It gives you homing tiers that are also much more powerful, but both homing and damage are completely not useful with Epic Fetus. So we basically just got a Spirit Heart out of that drop, which is alright, but it could have been so much more. Take out these bomb flies covered in flies. Head on to the next room here. We're basically, oh, the Emperor, yeah, that's right. Emperor is a great card because that will allow us to skip a womb or cathedral floor, essentially, by just teleporting straight to the boss room. We've got the item room here. What do we got? X-ray goggles will allow us to walk straight into secret rooms without having to worry about, like, checking with every like, border of a room with a bomb. I leave that Eternal Heart there, which is actually completely stupid because I am on the Depths Part 2, or the Necropolis Part 2, I should say, which means we're fighting Mom, which means that that's going to do nothing for us, unfortunately. It's not like I can come back for it later, and I think I do just end up accidentally leaving it on the floor, which is kind of sad. Not really sure why I came through this way when I could have cut through the secret room again, but, you know, at least we'll see what's over here. Not much, as it turns out. Not much that's threatening to Epic Fetus, anyway. Head on. We're basically just looking for the shop here before we call this run quits. If I had been thinking quicker, I would have used the candle there to take out that spider, but, you know, I wasn't, obviously. I'm going to leave that nickel there because I don't feel like it's worth the hit I would invariably take from the switchblades there. Ah! That was really close. Those masks are a huge pain in the ass, but Epic Fetus is pretty easy to target the hearts compared to normal. Pick up some assorted provisions out of that. Get 2 spirit hearts for the price of 1 out of that curse room, which is always nice. Probably the best thing that curse room can do for you. We did run into an arcade, as well as a fistula. And this room sucked, man. For some reason, I was having a lot of trouble hitting shit with my bombs. And meanwhile, you know, I'm always bad at dodging those turrets. I'll just walk into some shits. Why not? Bomb our way into that chest. What do we got in here? Mom's Pearl gives you freezing tears randomly. Like one in every so many of your tears will freeze. Not so great in conjunction with Epic Fetus, which I don't believe has the opportunity to take advantage of that. Accidentally blew up the fucking fortune teller machine there. Total accident, but I will pick up Isaac's Fork, which will give us kill steal, or life steal I should say. Every 13 enemies we kill, it will give us half a heart, which can be useful. I blew up everything in that arcade out of pure rage, and let's head onward here. We should be very, very close to the shop here. We did get the magnet out of the $3 bill. It's pretty much the only useful thing it can do for you when you have Epic Fetus. So picked up that extra 7 cents. And let's head onward to the shop, which is right here. Finally. Of course I got hit by something in that room. Basically no way around it. I'm not going to say there's no way around it. Super greed! The super asshole. But I will say that it was very difficult to avoid damage there with Epic Fetus, because you were working with very close quarters, so it was difficult to, you know, lay a bomb that wouldn't also affect you. So we're up to 85 cents here on the Necropolis Part 2, which means that we're not going to see another shop. That Super Greed fucked us out of our last opportunity to buy something from a shop, which is really unfortunate when we had as much money as we did. Mom should be no problem whatsoever. Basically just a huge pushover with Epic Fetus, as most things are, I guess. So just bomb her extremities, bomb her foot when we get the opportunity. Miss with all my bombs apparently, and there we go. HP up is definitely not something I can complain about. With Epic Fetus, that's like one of the best things you can get, because there are so many things that don't interact with Epic Fetus. And of course something like a pageant boy would have been a huge piss off, which, you know, I wouldn't really need that at all. I'm going to take another drink here because my throat is getting quite raw after commenting this episode twice. We got the Joker card. What will that give us? The ability to fly and an HP up. That was a fucking good Joker card, I gotta say. So now we'll head back over here, grab our Emperor card, which I'm trying to save for the Cathedral at this point, because skipping the entire Cathedral is very, very useful. The Unicorn Horn tempted me significantly. It's a 6-charge item that gives you invincibility and the ability to hurt enemies by walking into them for a room. Well, not for a room, but for several seconds. It's like a star from Mario Brothers. And it's a great item, but I don't think it's a candle killer. Candle is probably one of my favorite Space War items now. Did take a ton of stupid-ass damage in that room with the masks. And of course we get a couple of troll bombs out of the secret room, which is annoying. We got Sloth for this room, who is no threat. What are these 2 tarot cards? The Fool teleports you to the spawn room. The Hermit teleports you to the shop. Neither of those are very useful at all compared to the Emperor's ability to teleport you to the boss room, so we'll leave them on the ground. I did decide to blow up those rocks in the hope of getting some spirit hearts. I was actually getting a little bit nervous during this part of the Let's Play, because, you know, I had lost a lot of health, and that's never a good sign on the womb. So we'll take out these masks the only way we know how, by taking out the hearts. That was a great candle shot there, by the way. Goat Hoof gives you damage up on random tiers. Again, I don't think that does anything with the Epic Fetus item. Bomb all these rocks and got 1 spirit heart out of it, which is totally worth it when you have infinite bombs. I'm not sure why I came into this room. There was no way this was going to go anywhere, but I felt like it. So shut up. Blow up some rocks here, some poop. Take a little shortcut through the secret room and start heading north, I believe is what I decided. Yeah. And hopefully the boss room is going to be up here. That Blast Assist managed to tag me because I'm basically a huge idiot. We did get another spirit heart out of bombing rocks, and that inspires me to bomb some more. I was trying to get all 3 of those, but I missed. Not that time though, but of course nothing more out of that room. The spirit or tinted rocks are fairly rare. I do decide to play this trinket machine. I think my stated goal was getting to 70 cents. Just hoping to get something a little bit better than Isaac's Fork, and spirit hearts of course never hurt either. Like every time, I'm having trouble with the picking up trinkets I don't want, but you know, whatever. I decided to be a little bit efficient there, bomb some rocks at the same time. Did get a tinted rock, which yielded a locked chest, which yielded some shit basically. 2 of spades will give us double our keys, so we're up to 10, and we'll stick with Isaac's Fork for now. Bomb some more rocks while I'm working on this trinket machine. Bloody Penny is better than Isaac's Fork, I believe. Or, I feel anyway. It's an opinion-based thing. Isaac's Fork gives you a half heart every 13 enemies you kill, whereas Bloody Penny gives you a half heart every few pennies you pick up. Cursed Skull is something we definitely don't want. That teleports you every time you reach half a heart. Which basically just means that you don't have an opportunity to redeem yourself after getting to half a heart, because you're gonna have to fight whatever fight you were on all over again. I did decide to use a spirit heart to check out that curse room. Got 2 spiders for my trouble. Not worth it at all, unfortunately. Drink a little bit more. Excuse me. I think I'm coming down with a little bit of a summer cold here, unfortunately. So let's head on to the next room here. There's the boss room of Utero 1. Man, we're still on Utero 1. I was thinking we were a little bit later than that. So I'll bomb all these rocks, obviously, and then deal with whatever boss we have here. Got another spirit heart, which is pretty unusual, really. And we're fighting Death here. Death is not as much of a challenge as it usually is, due to my insane amounts of damage. Managed to hit the pony with every single one of those bombs, as well as Death himself. But then, of course, fucked up and bombed myself after Death was out of the picture. I'm not sure what my deal there was. Have to work on my timing a little bit and take out the horse, no problem. Got our cube of meat. Obviously, we've already been to the angel room. That's where we got our holy grail earlier this floor. We'll head onward to the next floor. I'm like, Curse of Darkness, fuck that noise, and I decided to just go straight. 2 Mom's Heart, because I didn't feel like dealing with not having a map on that floor. It was always annoying on a large floor like the room. So instead I decided to just go through the cathedral normally. Take out Monstro here, shouldn't be a problem. Mom's Heart, like I say, every single time I fight her with Epic Fetus, is really, really easy with Epic Fetus. She's no problem at all. So, there we go. One more, yeah. Totally done for. She dropped a Spirit Heart, which is very nice of her. Let's head onward to the Cathedral. Feeling super good about my chances here. Basically nothing could stop me at this point. I've got insane damage, lots of health. Gertie Juniors were a huge pain in the ass, so I just got out of there via my infinite bombs. Take out all this shooting fire, basically because it just pisses me off. I hate shooting fire. It was super easy. What do we got in here? Of course, just full of ooze guys, but not really a big problem. Might as well just finish them off. Let's see what kind of drop we can get from that room. Turns out, the tick, which I accidentally walked into, probably a good decision anyway, but it's not something I meant to pick up, and it's something I certainly would have deliberated over if I had not. Because the tick, of course, cannot be removed, but its effect is taking some health off of every boss, or anything with a health bar, you see, basically. We did pick up an Eternal Heart out of that secret room. No reason to leave it on the floor, because obviously there is no next floor when you're talking about the cathedral, so I just picked it up. A little bit of extra health. There's a bunch of bullshit in that chest, basically, nothing I really needed. But of course I had to pick it all up because I'm pretty OCD, almost at 99 cents without a dollar bill, which is extremely rare. Bomb that blood bank because I don't give a fuck about blood banks. Almost got hit there, but didn't, and then almost got hit there and didn't, and then got shot. What an idiot. Cube of meat really saved me from a hit there. On famine, on the headless horseman, I should say, not on the troll bomb. Take out these greeds. Got hit by something. Was that my own bomb? It didn't really look like I was in range, did it? We got a range down pill. I guess I'll hang on to that. In case I get into a bad situation, I can just pop that and not be able to shoot as far, even though it doesn't really do anything at all with Epic Fetus. We'll pop back in there to grab that half heart. Should be very close to the boss room here. Take out that Gish and Super Gish. Those Gish and Super Gish, I should say. There's a death again, which we just dealt with on the last floor, but, you know. Am I going to bomb myself again? I don't remember, to be perfectly honest. No, I just have a lot of trouble hitting it because I'm an idiot. There we go. And on to the boss fight. Basically, I don't think I'm spoiling anything at this point by saying that I won. Blue Baby with Epic Fetus is a super easy boss fight. I don't think I've ever been able to lose it. So I found this nice pattern. 2 Epic Fetus bombs and then a candle. Works really well on Blue Baby. Let's take him out. Not taking very long at all here. And there we go. Run over. Had a successful run with Eve, but a completely, utterly 100% unsuccessful run as far as getting cat items, which was, of course, the entire point of that run. And we also didn't get any new items, so on those fronts, a failure, but, you know, we had fun. We had some good times. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.